Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. Almost said meeting there. Hope you're having a good meeting because I have one in 20 minutes. All fun, but here I am on my lunch break at work in a room with no AC, so I am very hot and getting progressively sweaty every time I re-record this video because I mess up. No matter what, this is the take. And we're talking about the fun things today and something that's probably going to make some people mad because you read the title of the video, why the ticket prices specifically for the fan premiere exhibit, the FPE, are justifiable. In case you missed the news from yesterday, the fan premiere exhibit the 21 Pilots had in Columbus, Ohio, in conjunction with the launch of Clancy, an exhibit that featured band memorabilia, stuff from music videos, stuff from tours, original handwritten lyrics by Tyler, stuff that goes all the way back to self-titled regional best. Also contains the Clancy Final Chapter 25 Latin thing at the very end, is going on tour with the Pilots for the Clancy tour, specifically for the US and Canada dates only. And people were really, really excited about this. You're like, man, I really wanted to go to that. That looks super, super cool. And now's my chance to go do it when I go see them in insert your location here. Then people saw the prices and immediately turned on the event and got mad. So let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? So the ticket price for the FPE is $150. What does that get you? Well, firstly, it's a ticket upgrade, ticket list upgrade. Must purchase ticket to the show separately. So immediately people are mad at that it's a whole separate cost. And that just because you get a ticket to the FPE doesn't mean you're going to the Clancy show. They're completely separate. You get pre-show access to the fan premiere exhibit featuring band memorabilia, stuff from their personal collection, interactive photo ops, fan lounge, and more. You get pre-show access to the shop merchandise, which is definitely really nice because a couple of my own experiences by the time I got to the merch stand, there's something I really thought was cool. They sold out. So that's definitely a nice little aspect there. FPE exclusive souvenir package including signed item as well as a commemorative FPE laminate. Definitely some cool stuff there, but again, people are upset about the $150 price point. So why am I, and people are saying like, oh, they are just taking the money now. They are price gouging. They're just being greedy at this. Insert comments here. But again, I'm here to say that the prices are actually kind of justified if you think about it. And honestly, the video can just be summarized with inflation. Everything today is expensive, but we're going to look at the cost and factors of everything that is going into the FPE. And Mark from Real Bear Media has been really open over on the Twitter machine explaining some things that is going into this. Firstly, replying to the band's tweet promoting the FPE, saying it takes a lot of work to get something this massive on additional trucks. You're looking at costs there, and with more crew. Another thing to create an handcrafted experience for you. I'm tired. It has become so much more than a museum. It's a proper exhibit. So you're looking at some costs there, especially with trucks, because then you have to do the gas for them. And they have to get more trucks, not only for like their usual gear, lighting rig, sound stuff for their shows, but also for all this exhibit items and making sure they all travel safely. Odds are they're probably going to take insurance out a couple of the items in case they end up breaking or get lost somewhere. They are getting more crew to help load this stuff in while other crew is loading in the lights, the sound, all of that stuff. You have to have people who are working the event. And also you have to have security, make sure no one is stealing the precious 21 Pilot items. Mark replying to a tweet from Sam at Clicky Lawyer says, I also want to add we are only able to safely host around 225 people every night based on the venue's rooms accessibility for everyone on site. So maybe there you're looking at another thing, talking to the venue, making sure that you have the room and making sure you can get that room. And he ends that tweet with saying, it's something we haven't done before and fought pretty damn hard to get that price down. It could have been way more expensive. And as Clicky Lawyer put it, is that it's possible the boys are just breaking even at this point. I mean, it's complete, and like, this is me thinking here, it's completely possible they could just be losing money on this as well. without making too much of a dent. Like they could easily say, oh yeah, $50. But they would be losing a dramatic load of money on this stuff. Now they could justify that for the in the evening with 21 Pilot stuff because smaller rooms, you don't need the big fancy lighting compared to Nationwide Arena, Staples Center, wherever. You need a little bit less of a rig for all of that stuff. So the Clancy World Tour is definitely more expensive than the evening with 21 Pilot stuff. And with the $150 price points, Mark replied to another tweet saying, fans are what makes this music go world round. We found low quality pop up in Columbus where we can pack our cars and drive to load in. Talking about either Ned's Bayou or the FPE that took place back in May, which was in a Barnes and Noble. Let's see. We pack our cars, drive to load in was a lot easier, harder, but easier than this. But we found our footing and made some art for you. So there's probably gonna be some more stuff at this. And again, when they did it in Ohio, it didn't cost anyone anything because they loaded it completely themselves. Mark and 20 Pod's team went and loaded everything inside of the pop-up, and they were good. They can't necessarily do that for the Clancy World Tour and going this stuff. And the reason why it's not going to Europe, Oceania, or Latin America is because that'll be adding way more costs into everything. And especially for Europe, because it's very common for artists not to take their usual rigs over to Europe. And like this is getting into like the more musician side of thing, but odds are 21 Pilots has a United States rig and a European rig, because transferring your personal stuff from here to over across the sea, over across the pond is way, way more expensive. So artists have found it's cheaper to have a completely duplicate rig over living in Europe. And to take all these precious 21 Pilot items, it's definitely going to cost them a bunch. Now, if they had replicas over in Europe, they could justify with this, but they are going to try to make it happen. They're going to try to learn, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see what else is in my little tabs from Mr. Mark of Real Bear Media and what other people say. I know that's about it that Mark tweeted out. So let's see, we got more trucks, gas, insurance. You have the crew, the extra space at the venue. You have to have way more people than what you would think. And again, odds are the pilots are just breaking even and or they are losing a little bit of money here. And now you can go ahead and it's kind of sucks that it doesn't include the ticket for the actual show, which is already pretty expensive. And this isn't me saying that the $150 or even the regular 21 Pilots tickets are at a comfortable price point for everyone. They're not, because again, inflation, everything's expensive today, and it definitely sucks. And if we look at the inflation calculator and we go from $200, which is why I've seen a couple people buy pit tickets for the pilots, and comparing it to when the Bandito tour was going on back in 2019, $200 in 2019 is $162.80. So a 18.6% increase, which is definitely quite a bit. Which is definitely quite a bit. Now, if I was in it, now I'm very privileged. I acknowledge this because do make a little bit of side money from YouTube, which you guys help justify me going to 21 Pilots concerts. And back when I was in a relationship, my partner as well. However, if I didn't make any side income from YouTube or didn't do any other side gigs, I wouldn't go to any shows because I have bills, I have car payments, I have student loans. So in no way am I saying that the $150 or the $200 is comfortable for everyone, because it's not. It's definitely not fair saying that really any price point you can justify is comfortable for everyone. So, I mean, like I said, I get why the price point is the way it is, and that's that. So, I don't know how to end this conversation about money. Never goes well. All sorts of fun. Yeah, I know that a lot of the FPEs have already sold out, so people have already bought, which is fine. All sorts of fun. And no matter what you do, there's a market for everyone, including if you go to like a Post Malone or Bad Bunny or even a Drake or Kendrick. I prefer Kendrick, by the way. Any one of those shows, because I've seen pit tickets go for $1,000. And I think Post Malone's, when his originally went on sale, it was 500. I don't know how much my sister has paid for Taylor Swift tickets, but I imagine those would be pretty expensive as well. And people will say 25 are just letting the ego go to their head and pricing more. I don't think that at all. I do think that it's just trying to justify all sorts of costs, as well as, like, you know, they made a music video for every song on the album, which the music videos aren't cheap, especially the lore heavy ones. And odds are the other lore heavy video for the bonus song we'll get in 2025, but also for whatever they have planned for the tour. It's not cheap to go on tour. In fact, a lot of artists actually end up losing money when they go on tour. So that's fun. That is definitely a lot of fun. But anyway, that was me rambling about the music business side of things. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I have to go to a meeting here shortly. And I'm going to be turning this guy back on because I am sweaty. My hair is starting to fail. I'm not going to turn this on when I have this microphone because that'll be really loud. So I'm going to go. I will see you all later, and I'm excited to celebrate 15K when we hit that goal back, because odds are people got mad and unsubscribed for this video, which is fine. I'm a hotel. Come and go as you please. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Goodbye. And good night. More importantly, have a good day, and please stay cool.